Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss analytical chemistry, the remaining three equations. In the first class we have done with NaOH on salt solution. Now what is the second equation? Action of ammonium hydroxide on salt solution. We know the method. What is the method? Write the general equation. So what is the general equation? Salt solution plus ammonium hydroxide gives the metal hydroxide and salt in the solution. So first and foremost thing is remember only the general equation, and after that how many ions are there in syllabus? We have only 5: calcium, iron, copper, zinc and lead. So we are going to study the equations, and apart from that you should know the color of the precipitate and also about the solubility. So this is what is going to study in this. Now first one is calcium, very important one. Here, even though you are taking excess of ammonium hydroxide, calcium does not have any reaction here. What is the reason? The reason is very simple. If you are taking ionization of this into NH4 plus and OH minus, what will happen? The concentration of OH minus is very low, such that it cannot precipitate the OH of calcium here. Hope you have understood this. What is the reason? When you ionize ammonium hydroxide, concentration of OH minus is very low, such that you don't get the precipitate of calcium ions. For that reason, there is no reaction with calcium. Very important exception. But the remaining things, if you observe, first one, Fe2 plus, you take ferrous sulfate. Again, because there are 2 plus, we need to take 2 OH minus. That's why the coefficient will become 2 here. But here it is 3 plus, therefore the coefficient will become 3 to balance the 3 OH minus. Hope you have understood this. Fe2 plus 2 moles, Fe3 plus 3 moles. So we have taken this. Now metal hydroxide you know very well. Here it is FeOH twice and here it is FeOH thrice. And now what will be the salt here? We have NH4 plus and SO4 2 minus. So therefore ammonium sulfate is formed here, and here if you observe NH4 plus and Cl minus, therefore ammonium chloride is formed here. Now come to the color of this. FeOH twice precipitate is dirty green in color and it is insoluble, whereas FeOH3 is reddish brown in color and it is insoluble in excess of ammonium hydroxide. Hope you have understood this. Here itself you have solubility, but here they are not soluble in ammonium hydroxide. Now coming to the third one, that is with cuprous sulfate here. So we have cupric sulfate, copper sulfate plus, because there is 2 plus, you have taken 2 moles of ammonium hydroxide, and what is the hydroxide here? COOH twice, and the color is pale blue in color and it is soluble. Now that SO4 2 minus and NH4 plus you have, the salt will be ammonium sulfate, and if you take excess, what will happen? This whole thing will get dissolved. That means the precipitate gets dissolved here. To this we have excess of ammonium hydroxide. So I am continuing this equation. Take this here, add excess of ammonium hydroxide. What you will get? You will get a deep blue solution, and this is soluble. And what is the color? You can say white precipitate, gelatinous white precipitate. Cuprammonium sulfate, it is a complex salt. We will be discussing in coordination compounds. So cuprammonium sulfate is formed, otherwise you can also call it as a tetraamine CO2 plus sulfate. Now coming to the fourth one, that is zinc sulfate, again Zn2 plus, because 2 plus is there, you need to take 2 OH minus. So your hydroxide is zinc hydroxide, and what is the sulfate here? 2 minus and OH minus. So you are getting ammonium sulfate, NH4 plus and SO4 2 minus, therefore ammonium sulfate is formed. Next, what will be the color? So here you can check out that gelatinous white precipitate. Now if you take excess, what will happen? If you take excess of ammonium hydroxide, from here you can take the whole thing, you take and continue with excess of ammonium hydroxide. Hope you are able to understand this. Here precipitate is formed, but if you add excess of ammonium hydroxide, what will happen? This will get dissolved. So this whole product will get formed into cuprammonium sulfate. Similarly, zinc hydroxide will get dissolved in excess of ammonium hydroxide, and what you will get? Tetraamine zinc sulfate, and it is also soluble in excess of ammonium hydroxide. Now the last one, that is lead. You take lead nitrate Pb2 plus, because 2 plus is there, 2 moles of ammonium hydroxide. What will be the salt? NH4, and this is NO3. So therefore ammonium nitrate will be your salt. So hydroxide, which is white in color. So we can say it is white and insoluble. So the second type of equation, that is action of ammonium hydroxide on salt solution, you can study in these 5 examples. So make a note of this, and let's move to the third equation. Now equation 3 is action of alkalis. What are alkalis? Water soluble base. Water soluble base are called alkalis. Example NaOH and KOH you can take. So if you take alkalis on metals, what will be the product? So we can write the general equation: metal plus alkali gives salt plus hydrogen. And what are the 3 metals you have taken? Zinc, aluminum and lead. So that only we are going to discuss. First equation, if you take Zn, what will happen here with the alkali, that is NaOH, hot and concentrated NaOH, if you take, you will get Na2ZnO2. So this will be our salt known as sodium zincate. If you take potassium hydroxide, you will get potassium zincate. So that is the only difference. Na2ZnO2 or K2ZnO2 you will get. All these salts are colorless. So all these salts what you get here are colorless. Apart from that, you are also getting hydrogen. So what is the general equation? Metal plus alkali gives salt plus hydrogen. So with the zinc you have understood. Second one, with aluminum, if you take, you need a boiling condition. Therefore water is added to this. So boiling caustic soda, if you take, that is NaOH with water on boiling, aluminum will convert into meta-aluminate. What is meta-aluminate? AlO2 minus 1. So if you are taking NaOH, you will get sodium meta-aluminate. If you take KOH, you will get potassium meta-aluminate. Both salts are colorless. Along with that, you will get 3 moles hydrogen. Now the last one, if you take lead, and with NaOH, you are going to get sodium plumbite. What is plumbite? PbO2 2 minus. PbO2 2 minus is known as plumbite. And if you take potassium hydroxide, you will get potassium plumbite. So K plus Na plus. K2PbO2 or Na2PbO2, this will be your salt. Along with that, you are getting hydrogen. Hope you have understood this. By this way, if you study the general equation, and remember how many are studied under this general equation, it is very easy to memorize the equations. Now let's move to the fourth one. Now the last and fourth equation, action of alkali, that is water soluble base with metal oxides. Earlier we have taken metal, now it is metal oxide. What is the difference here? Oxide or hydroxide, metal oxides with alkali gives salt plus water. This is the only difference. If you are taking metal, you got salt plus hydrogen. Because metal oxides or hydroxides, you will get water here. Now what is there in the portion? Zinc oxide, aluminum oxide or lead oxide, simultaneously hydroxides we have. So we are discussing 3 metals: zinc, aluminum and lead. First one, if we take zinc oxide, so now you know that this is 2 plus, so therefore we have 2 moles NaOH. Important thing is you are getting zincate. What is zincate? ZnO2 2 minus. To balance that, you have Na2 here. So if you take zinc oxide or zinc hydroxide, you will get the product, that is salt, which is nothing but sodium zincate, the same thing. And apart from that, you will get water. Very simple. With hydroxides you will get 2 moles water, but with oxides you will get 1 mole water. That difference you have to understand. Coming to the second one, that is aluminum oxide or aluminum hydroxide. with NaOH, what you get? Meta-aluminate will be your salt. What is meta-aluminate? NaAl2 minus 1. So this is Na plus and AlO2 is minus 1. So this is meta-aluminate. In both the cases you are going to get meta-aluminate. But what is the difference? Oxide gives 1 mole water, hydroxide gives 2 moles water. That is the only difference. Now coming to the third one, lead oxide or lead hydroxide, if you take with alkali, that is NaOH, you will get a plumbite. The salt is plumbite here. What is meant by plumbite? PbO2 2 minus. PbO2 2 minus is nothing but plumbite. You are going to get sodium plumbite. What is the difference here? With oxygen, that is with oxide 1 mole water, with hydroxide we get 2 mole water. So if you remember like this, it is very easy to write. One more important thing. Suppose in the place of NaOH you are taking KOH. Then what will be the products here? Potassium zincate will form, and here you will get potassium meta-aluminate, and here you will get potassium plumbite. So that is the another reaction what you can write very easily. Hope you have understood this. Metal oxide or hydroxide with alkali gives salt plus water. If you are remembering all the 4 general equations, you can write any equation. So with this we complete analytical chemistry 4 equations. Hope you have understood this. All the very best for your examinations. Thank you.